Welcome back to D&D Talk Wrestling Weekly Rewind,
where we talk about what happened in the previous week of wrestling. We go outside of the ropes, talk about some news, and then we always end with the promo.
Speaking of outside the ropes, just stay tuned. In our news, we got a retirement match that's coming up, 2 possible debuts, and 2 possible returning superstars coming back from injury. So
I don't have any of that, so I'm excited.
Well, you know what?
I have the first part. I have the first part. I don't have any of the other stuff.
Well,
so
my sneak peek had to go off of my notes and not yours. So.
Well, yeah, because we can't share each other's notes. But let's start with Dynamite from last week.
Let's start with Dynamite.
So they started out.
It was explosive.
I mean, maybe kind of was explosive. So they started out with the Ops, Hook, Samoa Joe, and Shibata versus some jobbers, but they gave the names this week: Vinny Pacifico, Eli Theseus, and Gabriel Aries. But obviously they lost to Shibata hit the PK kick, which we were right last week. It stands for penalty kick.
So like in soccer?
So like in soccer, yeah.
Football.
In football.
Okay.
Because that is a big thing. I don't know why that's such a big thing over in like Tokyo and stuff. Football.
Well, because like
I guess because it's closer, actually.
It's the biggest sport in the world.
Yeah, and it's
really,
yeah.
And everybody else calls it football except for us.
We call it soccer because
we already have a football.
Dumb Americans
that we barely use our foot for.
Yeah, right. Shout out Pat McAfee.
Well, yeah, no. Oh, yeah, he's the only one that did use his foot.
I don't have him. I should have put him on that list.
We should call it hand egg.
Hand egg?
Yeah.
Handball. No, there is a handball.
Yeah. Well, football looks like an egg.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, I was like, why egg?
Okay.
Anyways,
yeah.
Here we go. Tangent number 1. That's the tracker we need to keep.
We need the tracker, yeah. Everybody take a shot when we go on a tangent.
Oh, my God, they'd be wasted.
Oh, okay.
Next match is Hologram and Hobbs versus Brian Cage and Dralistico. Hobbs went with a spine buster onto Dralistico. I don't know what they're doing, how they're like mixing. Now they're doing like the old WWE thing of like mixing 2 different tag teams. Just keep your teams, keep your stables together, keep your teams together. I don't care if you're doing 2 heel teams or whatever.
Yeah, I don't like when they do that. I like when
I don't mind when it's the full like the full tag team and the full tag team, but don't do one from this heel team, one from this heel team.
No, yeah, no, I get 100% what you mean. Like if it's like an 8-man tag and 2 tag teams are together, then that's cool. Like you're gonna work on the same page, but like not take.
Right. It's just, I don't know. I don't like it. So the next match was actually, you talked about it in the news last week. Started the Dynasty Eliminator Tournament, and it was the Beast Muertos against. What was it? They didn't have a free agent. No, mystery opponent, right? Was that what it was?
It was Wild Card.
Wild Card, and it was Speedball Mike Bailey, who previously left TNA, and as I'll talk about in the news later, is now All Elite, signed with AEW. But Bailey won with a standing moonsault knee drop into a roundhouse kick, which looked disgusting. But I haven't seen a lot of his matches. I've seen a couple. That was pretty good though.
Roundhouse kick. Shout out Roadhouse.
He calls it the Roadhouse, but now he's calling it. But now he's calling it Time Adventure.
Stupid.
Because I guess he likes to just show Adventure Time.
Roadhouse is better.
Yeah, I know. Next was the Max Caster Open Challenge, or the I get squashed every week match, as I like to call it, because Konosuke Takeshita answered it and won with Raging Fire, which I believe is his Blue Thunder Bomb. But that was another 2-minute match.
I like the gimmick though.
I do like how he comes out
he's
with
just talking so much trash.
I like how he comes out with his trademark. Like, I trademarked Best Wrestler Alive because it was a big thing when he was still with it. When the Acclaim was still there, it was a big thing with them and FTR, because FTR was like, we're the best wrestlers alive, and he was like, no, I trademarked it. Like, you can't have that. It's me.
I think the last time we saw this was what was his name? Kurt Hawkins had just had this losing streak.
Oh, and then he won. Was it the tag titles with Ryder?
No, they were a tag team beforehand. I'm talking when he was a singles wrestler.
Right, but I know they went to a tag team after that though.
But I like seeing, like, it just fits in, like his gimmick, like they were the streak of losing.
It's my WrestleMania thing that I've always said, where somebody needs to do the opposite Taker Mania, where they need to lose. They need to be like 0-20 at Mania, and then the retirement year they finally win a match at Mania.
Is there anybody that hasn't won a Mania yet?
I'm sure there is. That's something that we could probably look up, that we should look up. But I think that would just be something cool. Like it's just an opposite streak.
Yeah, that's why I like what's going on here. Even if they're squash matches,
right? I think
you run your mouth, someone comes out and beats you every time.
I think it's funnier because they're squash matches.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's what makes it better. Like if it's a 10-minute long match and he loses,
because I think even the Brian Myers ones were quick matches. I don't think they were anything longer.
Yeah, I think you're right. I almost forgot to talk there. I answered in my head
because I said. Because you didn't say, you didn't say Brian, you said Kurt Hawkins.
Yeah.
And I said Brian because I didn't confuse them. It's the same person. But
yeah, well, I mean, he was in WWE when he did the whole not winning thing, which was Kurt Hawkins.
Kurt Hawkins, yeah. Or, I don't remember his name when he was a Major Brother. Or the Edgeheads.
I think they were just the Edgeheads. I don't even know what they had.
No, they were the Major Brothers in ECW, though, and then they became the Edgeheads.
Well, yeah, no, but I mean, they were just called the Edgeheads.
They were, yeah. I don't know. Regardless, they're tangent number 2 already.
Take your second drink.
Next was Willow Nightingale versus Penelope Ford. Willow won with the pounce, and I have here in parentheses, shout out Monty Brown, because that was always his finisher in TNA.
Yeah, I remember Monty Brown.
Did he go to WWE? When I wrote that down in my head, I went, he went to WWE for like a month, but I think I'm wrong.
I don't remember him in WWE.
I don't know why. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else that did the pounce in WWE.
You know what? That's a good question. Unfortunately, we don't have anything that's connected
to the
internet that can actually help us
stuff to look up.
Answer that. Yeah, that's great.
I just went too far. So the main event. Well, no, I scrolled too far. The main event for that night was the second Dynasty Eliminator Tournament match. Orange Cassidy versus. You remember to say his name? You don't remember how to say his name, do you?
I'm not even attempting it.
Hechicero. Orange Cassidy.
You're a lot better. You're a lot.
I don't know why. I think because I hear them more
with the Japanese wrestlers. Oh, like you're a lot.
I think because I hear them more. Because like if
do you watch anime?
No.
Oh. You like Pokemon though?
I mean, I
don't know how that correlates at all.
I don't know how that correlates either. It's kind of weird because every time when I write down Konosuke Takeshita's name, his last name it's spelled like Takeshita, but it's Takeshita.
Oh, when I write down people's names, I write them down how they sound, not how they're written.
Yeah, because you would never be able to do it.
Yeah.
But regardless, Orange Cassidy won with the mouse trap, which was shockingly the only roll up of the night.
Mouse trap?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even remember. Like I remember it ending because I remember there was a brawl afterwards, but I don't remember what the move looked like. Mm-hmm. But it was weird that literally that was the only roll up on Dynamite, which was kind of
roll up counter one
so far. Until we get to, I don't even know if any happened on Collision or, I'm sure some happened on SmackDown. What did happen on SmackDown?
What happened on SmackDown?
Stuff happened. They wrestled.
Why would you say that?
Because you say that every week.
That would be such disrespect to our viewers if I wasn't going to give them a detailed analysis of what happened on this past week's episode of SmackDown.
I wish there was alcohol in this drink.
Well, you know what? Live CM Punk's lifestyle, buddy. All right, so
impossible. What
happened on SmackDown? I'll tell you. SmackDown starts off with LA Knight. He kicks off the show.
It was, I don't know why that reminded me. It was Nakamura's brother that passed away.
Was it?
Remember we couldn't realize if it was like a blood brother or like a wrestling brother. It was his actual brother. I don't know why you saying LA Knight reminded me because I saw it last night and I was like, oh.
He fought. Shit, I don't know.
Right, but I think you saying LA Knight is what reminded me because I saw the picture last night because they look like twins.
Really?
But it was his older brother. But regardless, take a third alcoholic shot.
I was so rudely interrupted. I did not interrupt you once during yours.
I'm sorry.
I interrupted you like 7 times.
I'm sorry. I take it back.
That's okay.
I love you. Don't worry.
All right. So after LA Knight came off, Jimmy Uso comes out and interrupts him.
Did you hear what you said?
What?
You said if LA Knight comes off.
Comes
off for what?
Kicks off the show. Jimmy Uso interrupted him.
Came off his wife.
And what happens is when Jimmy Uso made the comment about the U.S. tag titles.
He's challenging for the U.S. tag titles.
He made a mistake, as I just did, because he was so rudely interrupted.
I will say, if you guys don't look on Twitter, you wouldn't even have known because they cut it. It was a pretty good edit too.
I mean, he was a tag team wrestler forever.
I don't blame him.
No. And, I mean, arguably, he might be...
I blame Solo more for what he said.
He might be the better wrestler out of the Usos.
Wow.
I mean, that's a hot take, I guess.
That's a hot take. Well, a lot of people are agreeing with that this week, so...
Well, I mean, I think Jay is better...
Mike.
Moreover, Jay's better on the mic. No, they're both good on the mic.
No, yeah, he didn't say Intercontinental Tag titles, so...
Well, no, he just almost, ripped his leg off. But
Yeah,
whatever.
He pulled a...
Anyways, tangent number 7 now. So, Jimmy comes out, challenges LA Knight at WrestleMania. Solo, Jacob, and Tama Tonga come out. Solo says Jacob deserves the title shot. A brawl breaks out with Strowman coming out to even the odds and help Jimmy and LA Knight. That's a weird combination of a team, isn't it?
LA Knight, Jimmy, and Strowman.
Yeah.
So is this whole like Solo pushing for Jacob stuff.
I feel like it's gonna end up in a turn. I don't know which way. Like, is Solo gonna turn on Jacob and like, or is Jacob gonna turn on? I feel like it's gonna eventually lead to like Solo going back with Roman. I don't know why.
I mean, he still hasn't acknowledged Roman either since losing.
Maybe he did behind the scenes.
Well, they also, I think I saw a thing they haven't been on the same show since as well. But I guess they're both going to be on SmackDown.
Everybody's gonna be on SmackDown this Friday.
Yeah, everybody's gonna be there.
So all that fighting and going around led to a tag team match.
Jeez, I wonder who was in it.
Wonder who was in it?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you. It was LA Knight, Jimmy Uso, and Braun Strowman versus what they're not called the Bloodline anymore, right?
I don't think they're called. No, I don't
Solo,
think they are.
Jacob, and Tonga.
Yeah.
And the match ends with Strowman hitting a running powerbomb on Tonga for the win. Not the guy I would think that was going to get the winning pinfall, but...
Strowman?
Yeah.
No, because I feel like he was just there not to be there, because they did have that little bit of... He does have that feud with Jacob going on.
Well, after the match, you obviously saw Jacob, like, kind of destroyed him, but...
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you know what? Good for him, though, because, like, he's been putting in some work lately. He had a good program with Bronson Reed for a while there.
Yeah.
Like, this stuff with Jacob is good, too. Like, it's... I like it. I'm not bored of it. I'm not down in the guy.
No, right. I'm not bored of him. I'm not leaving when he's on
You have your
TV.
IC champion. You have, obviously, the challenger. Well, two of the...
You have your US champion.
Yeah, your US champion.
I was like, what are we talking about?
Yeah. And then you have your biggest challenger, and then Strowman gets the win. So that's...
It also helps... Well, no, because if LA or Jimmy got the pin, it's not really going to interfere with if they do have a Mania match.
Not really. I feel like it's going to be a multi-person match. I feel like there's going to be a lot of multi-person
there's going to be a
matches.
bunch of like triple threat multi-person matches.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I want more people on the card.
No, 100%.
I don't want like stupid like one-on-one matches.
And I don't want the stupid Andre the Giant. They're probably still going to have that Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
I don't mind it.
But like I kind of forgot Jay won that.
Really?
Jay won it. Cesaro won it.
Baron Corbin won it.
Baron Corbin won it. I think Show won the first one. But like, put more NXT people into that maybe.
Put like people that we don't know.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool. Put some Evolve guys in it.
Yeah, there you go.
All you got to do is get thrown or throw over a top rope.
It's not that hard. Yeah.
Yeah, we say that, and I guarantee we couldn't even throw each other over the middle rope.
We both got our legs stuck like Priest did at SummerSlam.
We'd be like Paul Heyman, try to go out of the ring. We just be rolling out. All right, so on to your second match of the evening. B-Fab versus Charlotte Flair.
I didn't understand this match.
Random.
I didn't understand this match
Very
at
random
all.
match. I haven't cheered for B-Fab more in my entire life.
I know.
But that match, Charlotte gets the win with the figure 8. Tiffany Stratton comes out. Her and Flair fight. Tiffany hits a swanton onto Flair in security. That was actually a pretty cool spot. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, that was good.
I feel like that was just kind of like a filler-ish match.
I feel like something happened where like they could have had another match. Because even like the next segment made sense, but not really.
Well, the Miz TV, Miz comes out and then Tiffany and Flair are still fighting.
Right, they're still fighting.
Which is hilarious. I like that. And then Tiff hit another swanton off the set.
Onto the security guards, not to Charlotte.
Yeah, well, someone had to take the fall, I guess, right? Miz ends up talking about Cody and The Rock, how Cody's not going to beat Cena at Mania. Cody comes out, ends up hitting the crossroads on Miz, and grabs a mic to say he won't talk to anyone who isn't Cena. I kind of like that.
Yeah. He was like, "You're dumb. I would have sold my soul immediately," and whatever.
Yeah,
and then Cody's just like, "Cool, crossroads. I heard him out."
Yeah, don't talk to me. You're not John, so I don't care.
I wonder if Miz is going to have a Mania match. He's not doing anything. I wonder if he's hurt. No, because he wouldn't have got the crossroads if he was hurt.
I don't know. He's going to be there in some capacity.
He'll be that Andre the Giant. He'll win the Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
Maurice will.
She probably will. She probably kicks his ass.
I
Next. What happens next?
Priest.
Why did you say it like that?
Damian Priest. I was getting out of I was getting out of what you were about to say.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
I don't know about that. I honestly feel like that you were gonna go into a much more adult themed, Attitude Era-esque promo, if you will.
I wasn't.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Why do you keep rubbing your face?
Because I'm just trying to think, where's Nia Jax been at? Is she hurt?
What, Nia?
Yeah. Because the way you said Priest reminded me of Nia Jax.
How?
Because you didn't say Priest right.
What did I say?
You threw like an accent, you were like Priest. You threw like an accent in there.
Oh, so now I'm like half Spanish?
Maybe, I don't know. That reminds me, shout out to your people. It was just St. Patrick's Day, I forgot.
Oh, really?
I meant to start that off with a happy St. Patrick's Day and I forgot.
That's going to be my promo, by the way.
Me?
No. Oh, we still got to do a promo on each other.
We need like 50 followers and then we'll cut a promo on each other. Make that happen.
I call one on you every day. So the next match was Damian Priest.
I know what I'm telling you. When we watch it back, you're going to see you didn't say it right. I'm telling you. You were like Priest.
Priest versus Shinsuke Nakamura.
Okay, what happened?
Okay. You just said what happened next. You didn't ask who won. Priest won the match by disqualification. Drew McIntyre interfered and attacked Damian Priest.
So, that disgusting kick to the back of the head. Looked like he knocked him out.
More of a WrestleMania build-up, which I like. I'm okay. Randy Orton versus Carmelo Hayes for your next match.
I don't ever remember that match.
What?
I don't remember that match.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe I passed out for a little bit.
Were you hearing the voices in your head?
Probably.
Did they understand?
Probably not.
Orton gets the win with the RKO. KO comes out after, and him and Orton brawl. I don't know. They're two of my favorite wrestlers. I have nothing negative to say about them.
I just saw a thing this morning about Orton. Some guy texted a girl and was like, "Yo, I'd fight 09 Orton for you," and he was like, "Damn, this guy would do anything for her."
Next match we have Gunther versus Axiom.
That was crazy too, like the way he came out.
Yeah, well,
it's kind of funny. He should have came out as a kid.
Called him Spain's national hero, which is kind of cool that he got to be on the show.
Yeah, no, yeah, especially for like an NXT guy getting just a random call up because you're like near your hometown. Well,
that's another cool note that I threw in the news at the end too about another wrestler in his hometown.
The mystery opponent for Raw.
No. Oh. You'll see.
Oh, okay.
Gunther ended up getting the win with 2 power bombs. I didn't see Axiom going over at all.
No,
but it was cool for him to wrestle on.
Because he also showed up. He showed up at like an indie show or something too because they're over there. But he showed up as like his original A-Kid persona. He must have been like his old promotion or something.
Maybe.
Unless I was a picture of it, I didn't see
Triple H has always been cool with letting people go to the original.
Yeah.
Ones, like even the ones like Finn Balor used to go back to, and I think JD went back with him. Yeah, because
that was where they met. That's where they met. I think.
Well, they met. Did you watch it?
I saw clips of it. I didn't watch it.
JD said he met Finn when he was 12.
Their grandparents shared the backyard.
Yeah.
I just seen the clips of that part, and then they talked about how like his grandmother's house was here and Finn's grandmother's house was here.
That's insane.
And
there was like no wrestling schools at all. Like Finn went to like England or something, and then came back and opened a school.
And then opened up a school. Yeah, I saw that. That was really cool. I wanted to watch it, but I didn't.
It was a great watch.
I will watch. Chris Bays is this week. I will watch this because
watch JD's. JD's was good.
JD's.
Yeah. All right. So the last match of SmackDown was the Tag Team Championship match: DIY versus Street Profits.
I didn't see this coming. I didn't see you never would have guessed in a mile away. I never would have thought this was going to happen.
The Street Profits would win.
Yeah, they're just like they're hot potato in the tag titles.
See, that's a phrase that's commonly used by the internet wrestling community.
I mean, technically, that's what we are. We're just the good side of it.
Oh, we are that. Is this self-reflection then?
It might be.
Oh, well. Anyways, I don't. Sometimes a hot potato ain't bad though.
Right? No, you're not wrong. You
can't have all your champions be champions for like 4 years.
I don't want to see the world title be a hot potato title.
Sometimes it might work though.
Sometimes when there's a bunch, if it's 2 people, no.
Look back in the day when it was like Triple H, Rock, Austin.
That's what I'm saying.
That makes sense.
If you make it between 4 or 5 different people, hot potato it. Don't hot potato back and forth between 2 people.
No, but like the tag team, you have all these legit tag teams that are believable.
Well, I don't know about. There's one that I don't know about. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'll stop interrupting. I'm sorry. I'm not interrupting. Go. You can continue. You have the Street Profits. You have DIY. You have. You have
Motor City Machine Guns.
Okay. You have.
Who's the last team? I want you to say it.
You have the Street Profits. You have DIY. You have Motor City Machine Guns. You have Tama Tonga and Tongalo. You have Nia Jax and Candice LeRae.
You know what? You know what?
Yes, you have your yes, boy. Yeah, I understand.
Pretty Deadly.
You have Pretty Deadly. Yes, I agree.
But my point being that you have a bunch of these teams.
You have Garza and Humberto.
Yeah, that could legit win, and I like how everybody's kind of getting a little piece of the pie right now. My personal opinion, anyways.
No, I do. I like it. Like I said, I like it more with a bunch of different than just two teams.
Can do never leave Pretty Deadly out again.
I know, because all their makeup will come off in the rain, and they won't get dry with the mesh they wear all the time.
Oh, you're gonna talk about them when you idolize the man who wore jean shorts for 21 years of his career.
He made them better.
About
he brought jorts in. Okay.
He never brought them back. They were still as goofy as when he had. I guarantee you. If I go into your room right now, I will find jean shorts in your dresser. Will I? Are you sure?
I have all basketball shorts.
Are you sure?
Yes, because you know why? The last pair, they weren't even jean shorts. They were the camouflage shorts that I ripped. That I sent you a picture with the big ass hole in them, and I have about a pair.
Pause. Why'd you tell the world that?
Because we were moving shit, and they ripped. But all I have are basketball shorts. I still never went and got.
Talk about their fashion sense, which is impeccable compared to John Cena.
They need to make a faction with Rico and Seth.
You know what? SmackDown's over. How about that?
Okay.
Retired.
So,
Done.
Before Collision, TNA actually had a pay-per-view Friday night. They had Sacrifice. I didn't put all the matches down. I just put some of the notable matches that we would both know. That's fine. Go to sleep. I don't care. Steve Macklin defeated Frankie Kazarian. Steve Macklin used to be in NXT with the trio. They were like army guys. It was Steve Macklin. It was Blake from Blake and Murphy.
And Jackson Riker?
No. Because I want to say it was three white guys. Because the third one was the one that was saying all the stuff, and that's why they ended it.
Yeah, it was Riker like that.
Was it Riker?
Yeah.
Well, he defeated.
He was like ex-military, I think.
Steve Macklin defeated Frankie Kazarian. We all know Kazarian from old school TNA.
Yeah.
Mustafa Ali defeated Mike Santana, who Santana will be talked about in the news. Masha Slamovich retained her women's title against Cora Jade. I saw clips from it. It was a really good match. Moose thankfully retained the X Division title in a ladder match against Jeff Hardy. I hear both Hardys are hurt now, and I guess that's also why they're done with NXT for a little bit. The main event from that night, though, was Joe Hendry, Matt Hardy, Leon Slater, who I'm not sure who that is, Elijah, who is Elias's brother, and Nick Nemeth, who we know as Dolph Ziggler. That is a big family. They defeated, who we talked about before, Brian Myers, Eddie Edwards. I don't know if you know who Eddie Edwards is.
I do.
Johnny Dango Curtis, who was Fandango. Eddie and Orlando Colon, who was Primo and Epico. It was I don't know what they called it. It was a War Games match, but it was only one ring. But it was the same thing. Every 2 minutes, somebody from another team would come in. But it was just in one. It was just in one.
A Temu version of War Games.
Yeah, they called it something. I don't remember what it was because even the website didn't say. But after the match, oh wait, yeah, I said Joe Hendry and all them defeated Brian Myers, Eddie Edwards, and all that. After the match, Nick Nemeth and Matt Hardy were in the ring celebrating. His brother Ryan Nemeth snuck in, locked the cage, and they turned heel against Matt Hardy because I guess Matt and Jeff are hurt, as I just previously stated. But that could be why they're doing it. But I guess there was also some actual backstage thing going on with Nick Nemeth, some kind of heat stuff going on. I'm not 100% sure what it was. I couldn't find it anywhere. That's why.
Wasn't. Or wait. Yeah. Wasn't Nick. Oh, yeah, no. It was his brother that was doing some weird shit.
It was his brother with the lawsuit against AEW.
Yeah. I just mixed them up. That was my fault. One mistake. We all get one in our lifetime.
So next we'll go to Collision from Saturday night. It started with the third Dynasty Eliminator Tournament match. Ricochet against Katsuyori Shibata. There it is, number one for the night. Ricochet won with a roll-up and his feet on the ropes. So there's one for. I think that might be the only one for Collision as well. Which
Right,
they're
two.
getting kind of good though. If it's honestly only two, because there was none on SmackDown that I remember. Next was Griff Garrison against Will Hobbs. Squash match. Will Hobbs won with a spine buster. The next match was the final. It was not the main. So it would be the semifinal. If it's 4 matches and then the 4 go to 1. It'd be the last semifinal match.
Semifinal.
Yeah. So it was the last semifinal match. Mark Briscoe against Mark Davis. Mark Davis won with a pendulum pile driver.
Boo.
Yeah, I know. I wanted Mark Briscoe to win. He's not getting. He was the Ring of Honor world champ at one time there, but he's not getting the love that he deserves, I feel. Next was the Murder Machines of Brian Cage and Lance Archer versus 4 jobbers, no names, because they drugged them out from the back. But the Murder Machines won with a chokeslam powerbomb combo, which looked kind of cool. I'm surprised Kane and Undertaker never did it. Like a last ride chokeslam.
I think that's something that we used to do with toys when we were little kids.
I feel like that's that's a move you make up doing that, yeah. Next was Lee Moriarty and the infantry of Captain Sean Dean and Carly Bravo against Hologram and Top Flight, Dante and Darius Martin. I love Top Flight. I showed you the match sometime last year where the one came off the rope with Penta and he shattered his ankle backwards.
Yeah.
That was one of them. That was Darius, I believe. No, I think it was Darius. Here's another move that we would probably do as our toys. Top Flight hit Carly Bravo. Pause. Top Flight hit Carly Bravo with a German suplex dropkick combo.
I kind of like that too.
It was.
You know what's underrated? Tag team finishers.
Yeah, no,
I love
as soon as I get the new wrestling game and I go to tag teams, the first thing I do is look at tag team finishers because there's such cool ones on there.
Oh god, yeah.
Even something simple as the 3D.
Yeah, one of the best of all time.
One of the best of all time.
The Doomsday Device.
The Doomsday Device. How simple is that?
I mean, awesome. Even the Hardys, the Twist of Fate, and the Swanton. It just flows well. Yeah. It looks so good.
Next, we had Megan Bayne versus Thunder Rosa. Megan Bayne won with an F5 because she attacked Thunder Rosa previously in the night during an interview. Then we had the main event of the night, FTR, Cash Wheeler, and Dax Hardwood versus Undisputed Kingdom, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong. FTR, here's another great finishing tag team move. FTR hit the Shatter Machine on the Roderick Strong to win.
The Shatter Machine.
So they're 1-1 against each other. So I'm hoping the third match is going to be some kind of big stipulation match, maybe a tables match or something. That's always.
It's my boys.
What did they call? They called the Shatter Machine something before that. The Big Rig, because that was Brody Lee's indie name.
What, Big Rig?
Yeah.
No, I like that.
That they did once when he originally passed. I guess they asked Amanda, and she was like, yeah, "Absolutely, you can do it in honor of him." But then they recently changed it back, I think. But that ended Collision from Saturday night. So next we'll go to Raw. How did Raw start out?
How did Raw start out?
I don't have it. You have it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I guess I'll read. Well, Raw started out with your boy.
Disgusting promo.
Mr. John Jorts Cena. You know what? In honor of him being your favorite, how do you feel? Because I would talk right now, but I'm still recovering from the abusive relationship that he just broke up with me over. You know what I mean?
I told you this, but I feel like some of that was real.
I feel like all of it was real.
And then it's like I told you before, like we said right before recording, midway through when he was like, the fans get nothing, I heard in my head the Bryan Danielson, the fans are fickle, from when he was the champ with the all whatever belt.
Oh, like the wood belt?
The hemp belt. Was it hemp?
Hemp, but yeah.
I feel, because he was like, the fans are fickle, they don't know what they want, they don't deserve anything. I was like, man, he's saying the same stuff that his ex-brother-in-law was saying.
Everything Cena's saying is
kind of like, he was like, you're not getting new music, you're not getting me coming out in a suit, no one ever asked me how I am, I can pick my fans out in the crowd, I can see you at all times, you guys made fun of me for 15 years over a stupid you can't see me.
And how he kept trying harder and harder, and the more he did, the more people booed him, and John Cena sucks. And
my one takeaway, and it's stupid, and it's the one thing that I zoned in on, there was one stupid fan that was doing both sides of the let's go Cena sucks. I never understood doing, pick one. don't do both chants. Even when it's like, even when you're going with two superstars and they're doing like the Seth Rollins, say they're doing a Seth Rollins CM Punk chant. You don't do both. You got to pick one. And it just makes more. Yeah, but it's maybe they like both superstars, but it's really dumb to me when the same person's going, let's go Cena. Cena sucks.
Well, no, I guess that makes sense. I like how Cena pointed out all the people that say Cena sucks, and then he pointed out everybody with his merch on.
And they like zoomed on the one
like,
little kid.
You're all thinking like, oh, he's gonna like be nice. He's like, no, you guys are worse.
Yeah, he was like, I can see you anywhere, and he's like, don't you see this? I can see you anywhere in the crowd.
And like, to back to what you said before about how he said, oh, you're not getting new clothes, and the one thing that I thought was great when he was like, you guys dress like me. I don't dress like you. Like you don't deserve.
Yeah, that was. He should not. If he wants to go big heel, pull all your stuff from WWE Shop. Don't make a new shirt, because I'm pretty sure they already showed, because they're in Scotland next week, I believe. They already showed, like, it's literally the same shirt, just with their, like, that flag in their colors. Stop doing that. Pull your stuff from WWE Shop. See, you want to be the big heel, do that.
I don't think he should come out with new ring gear. I think he should just come out in black shoes, jean shorts, black t-shirt, black hat. That's it.
Yeah, nothing on the shirt.
No merch, no nothing. Yeah, you don't deserve my merch. You don't deserve anything.
Like how the New Day first did it, when the New Day turned heel. They came out, but they didn't even come out with music. They just came out. But that's one of the things that, like, Bully Ray always talks about. He's like, if you guys want to be, if anybody wants to turn to that mega heel, pull your merch. Come out to no music. Come out no pyro, no nothing. Come out in plain looking clothes. They'll boo you right out of the building.
And can you imagine what'll happen when you start selling your merch again? That shit'll fly right off the shelves.
Oh god, yeah. No, it'll go instantly.
Because what do people want the most? Something they can't have.
Right.
John Cena pulls his merch. Oh, I want that John Cena shirt. And now you're waiting and waiting and waiting. So it's thousands of other people. And as soon as you start selling it,
you want to be a mega heel? Put it on eBay for like $100 a shirt,
or sell them for like $200.
Yeah,
a shirt.
yeah. You'll become a mega. You'll still people. Dumb people still buying.
What are they going like? $40, $45?
Probably like 30 to 40, something like that.
He should sell $500 a piece of shirts.
Oh my god, yeah. That'll. That's even worse than pulling it from WWE Shop.
That'd be hilarious.
That would be. But then after, near the end, Cody came out. And Cody's like, I don't want to fight this Cena. I don't want to fight Rock's bitch. I want to fight my hero, my idol. I think it's gonna be a good match.
I think it's gonna be a good match. I'm looking forward to more promos.
A lot of people were saying they need to forget Travis Scott kind of and put Orton in there. That would be like evolution Orton, like heel Orton. Orton's always been heel.
Orton and Cena are best friends. But Orton and Cody have a history too.
Right.
What side's Orton going to take? Heel Orton's the best Orton.
Heel Orton's always, Punt Orton?
Orton's like Triple H. His best work ever has been heel.
Yeah, no, I agree.
But he's a good face too.
Yeah.
But his best work is a heel. All right, so past the Cena promo, now that I'm, fully over him breaking up with me, it was hard. Wow. Don't know.
Are you okay over there?
I don't know if I'm okay or not, to be honest with you. If you guys watch the actual podcast episode and I'm not here, then bye. Next, we had a no holds barred match. Ludwig Kaiser versus Penta.
People were ragging on him for the way he came out. Because he kicked his feet with his music and did some kind of weird shoulder thing.
Who, Penta?
No, Ludwig Kaiser. Oh. He still did the backward standing thing, but when his music hit, he kicked his feet up with his music and did some kind of weird shimmy with his shoulders.
I don't know. He's like the foreign heel that you would see in 1980s action movies.
Right.
I love it.
He's like the bad guy in those old movies.
Yeah. He looks like he could be in a Die Hard movie.
He really does.
Yeah. With this match, Penta hits the Mexican Destroyer and the Penta Driver on a chair to get the win. After the match, Penta says he's going for the IC title next.
The way he said it, it sounded like he said, "I'm going for the Penta Continental title."
Well, at least he said the right title, unlike me reviewing SmackDown.
I wasn't gonna bring it up, so it's fine. I think that's gonna be another multi-person match.
Yeah, I think so too. Which leads into the backstage segment where Dominic Mysterio has the bright idea of saying that
even Liv's like, "What are you doing? Stop."
Saying he wants to add Penta to Judgment Day. Obviously, Balor gets pissed and calls Dom a snake.
I couldn't, because as soon as he said it, Liv's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe he did it."
So what if like Finn gets kicked out and then like Penta and Phoenix go into Judgment Day?
I don't know. We didn't talk about that on SmackDown. They taunted the Aleister Black and the Penta. Or is that in the news?
That's gonna be in the
That's
news.
gonna be in the debuts in the news. I don't understand how the one is Aleister.
4.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like, I understood the smoke, but is it four? Like, is he coming in 4 weeks? Is he coming with 4 people?
Is his favorite number 4?
Was he a 4-time NXT champ? I don't think so. Maybe.
Does he not like 3 and 5?
Does he not like 3 and 5? Is he
just like 4?
Is he bringing some weird new 4 horsemen of the apocalypse?
The 4 headless horsemen.
That would actually be kind of
cool.
That'd be kind of cool. Yeah.
It's just a dark 4 horsemen. Shit. Hey Hunter, if you need any more ideas, give us a call.
We already know you took 8-time down under.
You did, and I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna let that go. It's not a big deal. They've been not as successful as they were in my universe mode.
They really haven't been.
You know, that was my idea, and I'm gonna.
How'd the next match go?
How'd the next match go?
Yeah.
I don't know. I lost my place. Oh, Dakota Kai versus Ivy Nile.
Oh, that match did go good.
That match did go good, didn't it?
That match was pretty good.
It went good.
It went to the end.
Went to the end. Dakota Kai hits the GTK for the win. So glad to see Kai getting some more wins. Hopefully she's back in the title hunt soon.
Some kind of title hunt, yeah.
Yeah, I can see the mid card title more than the world, because obviously we have interesting.
A lot of interesting shit going on with that one.
So actually that was the next. I didn't even realize that. The next segment was the Io Sky contract signing. Bianca comes out. Her and Bianca were in the ring. Rio comes out, essentially headbutts Belair onto the table where they signed the contracts, and then powerbombs Io Sky.
Do you think the table was supposed to break?
On top of Bianca. I hope it was.
You hope the table was supposed to break?
Yeah, well,
it didn't.
Well, that's what I meant. Like, I hoped.
Oh.
Maybe I said it wrong, but like I hoped it was supposed to and not set up to where it wasn't supposed to.
I don't know. I think it was supposed to, because normally for the, like, they were overseas. Normally for, like, contract signings, it's like a nicer table, or there's like not just a sheet on top of it.
Well, you have 2 people's body weights on that table. The only thing I'm thinking is that Rio was trying not to like really slam her down because
you don't want to hurt. We're getting
you're slamming her on top of Bianca, so you don't want to really. Like,
we're literally a month away from Mania. We don't want to hurt anybody.
So maybe she eased up on that a little, and that's why. But
that could be it.
I was hoping it was one that was supposed to, because like
and just didn't.
Yeah, taking the stiff one on the is not necessarily the best look, but
no.
After all that happened, Rhea then takes the contract and signs it herself. So I guess we're having a triple threat match.
I love the backstage segment when Adam Pearce's like, "Give me the thing." No, he's like, "Stop being a child and give me the contract."
Man, those two GMs are so good. Pearson
and
yeah. I think they're really underrated in what they've been doing.
When they were feuding that like year or so ago, they should have had some kind of match, because they're still both good to go.
I just think they're having fun with what they're doing.
I think, yeah.
Well, Pierce yells all the time, though. That's like his thing.
That's his thing.
All right, so we go into Jey Uso versus Austin Theory. Uso eventually gets the win via crossbody. After the match, Jey gets sacked by Gunther.
That was really weird, too, ending with a crossbody.
That was. It's almost like a roll-up. It's like a roll-up's cousin.
It really is. Like, I couldn't even tell the last time we've seen a match end with just a crossbody.
Yeah, I don't remember either, to be honest with you. Unless it was like one of those like crossbodies where they roll around and
like a crossbody, like crucifix or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know what this means.
I don't know. I was trying to let it go. So.
I was churning butter. Or that's how I dance. I'm not exactly sure. I am Irish, so I have no rhythm.
Yeah, so before Gunther attacked, when do we want to talk about what happened?
What happened?
The terrible jump to dive to the outside.
Every wrestler has a botch.
Everybody screws up. How many times have we screwed up in this episode?
How many times? Yeah, if I had $1 for every time I screwed up in this episode, I could buy us a pizza right now.
Oh, pizza sounds really good right now.
Yeah, it kind of does.
A lot of people were calling him AJ Francis.
Dude, it was one botch.
And now literally every other... I went on Twitter, every other tweet was, "This is your future world champ. This is your next world champ. What a joke. What's Hunter doing?" Obviously, we're also overseas, that's gonna wear on you. The jet lag is gonna wear on you alone. Going overseas.
Okay, so
granted, you've probably been there for a couple days, but still.
Name me a wrestler right now who's never botched.
Exactly. I can't.
Nobody. So one botch, and now all of a sudden everybody hates him. Like,
yeah.
A couple months ago, Jay keeps losing to Gunther. He deserves the win. Blah, blah. Shut up, people. Let the guy go. He had one freaking mistake.
He messed up one time. I do like how afterwards he grabbed the title and was holding the title up. I was like, that looks really good on him.
It kind of did.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's going to be a long title run, but I think it's going to be good.
It's going to be. I'm going to say Backlash is usually the pay-per-view after Mania. I'm going to say till after Backlash at least.
Yeah, I can go with that. I can roll with that. Next, we have the Creed brothers versus LWO, Ray and Dragon Lee. Mysterio gets the win via 619. After the match, the masked luchador takes out LWO. This man is hiding his identity so well.
He didn't do the Gracias this time.
I have no idea who he is.
He didn't do the Gracias, and I was really mad. The whole match I'm doing, come on, where's he at? Do it.
Where's your speculation? Who do you think?
Penta. Or not Penta, Phoenix.
I'm going to tell you the dumbest comment I've read on the internet this week.
Just for this match? Because I read a lot of dumb ones from the last segment.
Nope, for this match alone.
Okay.
So I was browsing Reddit. And
that's your first problem.
That's my first problem. Someone made a post that said they're convinced, and this wasn't a joke post because you could just tell you could just tell. And this person was convinced that the masked wrestler is Jason Jordan. Now, for those of you who don't know, Jason Jordan
would be of the darker complexion,
significantly taller than this guy.
That too,
and is also a black wrestler. Now he's a backstage producer and all that stuff.
Broken neck, right?
Yeah, he had neck injuries. But this man who is clearly white, this person was convinced was Jason Jordan.
I mean, it would make sense. Him and Gable were the first American Alpha, or not American Alpha.
Really? That's like Rey Mysterio entering a match, and I'm like, yo,
it's the Big Show.
That's Big Show under that mask. That's Big Show.
Some people need to realize what they're doing before they.
We need to come up with a segment: dumbest internet comments of the week. We need to come up with
that one will probably win.
Yeah, that might win.
We got to get some kind of trophy. That's one probably for the month.
Anyways, yeah, we still don't know who this guy is. It's a mystery.
It's a mystery.
We got to dedicate a whole podcast episode just to him.
It might take us two, just to narrow it down.
Gracias.
He didn't do it. I was so mad.
Next we have Seth Rollins promo.
I like how you did that.
What?
Or didn't do that.
Seth freaking Rollins?
Yeah, I like that. You just said Seth Rollins.
Well, I didn't mind the freaking, but like I'm okay with it being gone.
Right, I'm okay with it being just Seth Rollins.
And not to bring up R. Kelly, but like when you said Seth freaking Rollins, it just made me think of the song Ignition. Like when he's like, it's the freaking weekend.
He's got a new song out now.
Does he really?
2 minutes long because that's all the time you get on the phone.
What's it called?
I don't remember. I heard it last night on I think Charlamagne the God was talking about it.
Peeing with my cellies?
Peeing on my cellies.
Peeing on my cellies?
I will say, and I did say this to you before, and I only noticed it because of the I saw a tweet about it. He's matching his color of his Titantron. I
like how some of these guys are doing things like that. You wouldn't know unless that one like meticulous person spots it. Kind of like the Karrion Kross.
The Karrion Kross with the hair,
with everybody he talks to.
Which he did this week with AJ as well.
And then with Rollins matching the colors of that. I like that. That's really cool. Essentially, just to sum up the promo, he says that he's going to be at SmackDown, where Roman and Punk is also going to be. SmackDown's going to have everybody on.
Yeah, SmackDown's going to be crazy.
And I'm so happy that I work that day and I'm going to be too tired to watch it.
I usually am. I told you, I don't know if I know I was able to tell somebody else this. I woke up, I watched SmackDown, I don't know, I remember the Street Profits and DIY coming out. Next thing I know, I'm seeing the executive producer, Lee Fitting, Paul Levesque, and there's the Street Profits on the tag titles, and I was like, what the hell happened? What did I miss?
Well, I'm glad you're able to have those discussions.
Yeah, I was able to tell somebody that I saw it afterwards.
That's a wonderful thing.
It is.
Have somebody to confide in.
Yeah.
Oh, next match. Here we go. I don't know what's wrong with me today.
Today. I do. You were busting your ass all week at your house because you had to rearrange your whole house.
Listen, I've been really busy the past couple days. Past couple weeks. We've been like light remodeling. It's not remodeling.
It's not remodeling, but it's
like painting, moving stuff around, building furniture,
switching rooms around.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's remodeling.
I don't know. So if I've been making a little more mistakes than usual, if I'm making as many mistakes as he typically makes, that's the reason why. I've just been really busy. A little bit of lack of sleep. That's all. He's rubbing his eyes. He don't have a lack of sleep. This guy, he does.
No, I'm just trying to prevent the headache that's about to come.
Oh, the headache that I got since I showed up at your house? Is that the one that you're talking about?
Yeah, sure. That's the one we're talking about. What happened after the Seth Rollins promo?
Maybe I don't want to tell you now.
That's fine. We'll just skip the end and go to NXT then. That's whatever.
No, leave the room and I'll tell everybody else. It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one today.
It's gonna be a long one today.
Ooh. All right, so we have.
I'm about to go get a mic from downstairs.
I mean, if you're offering, I'll have one with you. It might calm me down.
Don't tease me because I'm about to go get one.
All right, let's go. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
I'm sure it is.
It's probably 5 o'clock where they were wrestling. Are you looking it up?
Yes, but go ahead.
Where's
keep
the
going.
5 o'clock? Main event for Raw was the WWE Intercontinental title match. Braun Breaker versus Finn Balor. Basically, Judgment Day tried to interfere. Didn't work. Braun kind of makes quick work of both Dom and Carlito. Hits Balor with a spear for the win. I mean, I didn't see Finn
winning. I would have liked it, but I didn't.
No, I would have liked it too. I think Finn I could see Finn winning at Mania. Kind of like a build-up of maybe turning on Judgment Day.
He needs something, man. He's been getting.
Or Demon Finn coming back.
Demon Finn coming back would be great.
I love Demon Finn.
Yeah.
Well, the more interesting thing happened after the match when all of Judgment Day decides to attack Braun Breaker, and then one of the last people I'd ever expect to come out for the save.
Yeah, I didn't see Penta coming out.
Would be Penta.
Yeah.
And then a little stare down they had. Penta picked up the belt, handing it back to Braun. Like, is Braun like a heel or a face, or is he a tweener?
I'm gonna say he's a tweener.
I mean, he's in this thing now with Judgment Day, who's obviously heels.
Right. But nobody said no. You could still have the heel versus heel, face versus face.
But then, like before that, like he was just beating everybody up.
But like, I feel like
he'd spear the shit out of Sheamus and then Kaiser.
That's what I mean. The Sheamus Kaiser stuff, I feel like he was the heel.
Yeah.
But now with the Judgment Day stuff, I feel like he's going more face.
I kind of like how like wrestlers could just change week by week, and it makes sense.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, okay, I'm a heel, but then another heel talks shit on me. And he's like, all right, so now I'm coming at you.
Because there's always even like the heel versus heel, there's always a slight face in one of them.
Ooh, I can't wait for the WrestleMania predictions. I can't wait till the card set up.
Oh my god.
That episode might be 12 hours long.
Yeah, that episode's going to be long.
We might have to have a sleepover for that episode.
Pause. Is that the end of Raw?
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. I mean, the couch does go into a bed, so that's fine.
Okay, first of all, we're not sleep in the same floor.
No, I mean, we're not even going to sleep. We're just going to stay up playing video games and watching
So
wrestling.
we'll be staying up doing our predictions and playing video games in the meantime.
Fair.
All right. I like it.
That was the end of Raw, right?
Yeah, it was actually.
So we will start NXT with the Women's United States title match.
Oh, you don't say.
Sol Ruca versus Chelsea Green.
Ooh.
I was paying attention, but it took me a little bit to understand. The crowd was doing a Pledge of Allegiance in the beginning of the match.
That is phenomenal.
Then I look over and Booker T stands up and he goes.
I love Booker.
We didn't talk that Pat McAfee was not on Raw, and it was Corey Graves.
Oh, we didn't mention that.
That was really, when I heard that, I was like, oh, Pat.
Maybe he just didn't want to go.
I could see that. Because
Punk wasn't.
It's probably hard to do it's probably hard to do your show every day over there and like stream it back here.
Probably, yeah.
Because if you think about it, his show's on at noon every day. 1.
I don't actually know off the top of the head.
So regardless, Raw was on at 3 on Monday, and it's usually on at 8. So that's at least a 5-hour difference. So for it to be on at noon, he would have to get up at like 7 to start it. So you think
Before you get into NXT, though, we have to say that these European crowds have been insane.
I love it. I love and I forgot to say it to you. It was weird to me. I'm sitting there doing stuff on Monday and went, oh my god, Raw's about to be on. It was weird watching Raw with the sun out. Like watching wrestling when it light outside messed me up.
I didn't even watch it till later.
And then next week it starts at 4. Raw's on at 4.
So weird.
But I will say, yeah, these overseas crowds are phenomenal. Do you remember, was it Raw that came up here last? We were nervous. We were like, oh my god, our crowd's going to suck because they were just overseas.
Where were they? Was it France?
Was it the France? And we were like, oh my god, they're going to come back here? Because the time before that, when they were in Saudi and they came over here, the crowd sucked.
Oh, dude, I was so pissed to be part of that crowd.
I haven't listened to it in a couple days, but I would never forget the if it was a Raw or SmackDown, whatever, it had to be I think it was a SmackDown after the Saudi show when our crowd sucked. Bullet Ray was on Busted Open saying that crowd was horrible, and I called in and I was like, "Yeah, man, I was there. Like the crowd sucked. Like
it was absolutely terrible.
The overseas crowds are amazing. Like in was it France when the hard cam was shaking because they were going crazy?
Yes.
Or was it the Backlash in Spain?
No, that was France.
Because I think it was when
because
it was AJ
that was like
Cody.
that tour over there, not the tour, but like when they were over there, that's when they started singing Orton's theme. And then when they came, Orton was at the show.
We were like, oh my god! And then everybody started doing the theme.
Yeah, because Orton was on the steps and just like, that was. I mean, I'm glad that our crowds got better though.
Yeah, because there's, I feel like they're
they gotta come back though.
I can't think of the word that I want. We're spoiled because literally, the way I'm going to say it's going to sound weird, we can go to literally every Raw and every SmackDown. Monetary wise, we can't. But I mean, like, literally, now 98% of the shows are in the United States. So I feel like when they go overseas or when they go to somewhere out of the United, the crowd is just like, I don't know.
It can be once in a lifetime.
Right. I don't know when they're going to be here next. I don't, like, they weren't here in 10 years. They might not be here for another 10 years. I'm going to go all out and cheer for who I want to and boo for who I want to. Do whatever kind of random chants that I want to. I do. I feel like the overseas crowd. And then it pushes some of the, like, real wrestling fans in the United States of, like, oh, that crowd is crazy. You're here next. I'm going to make sure our crowd is going to be just as crazy.
I like that though. The crowd is what makes it.
The crowd is what makes it. Yeah, that was one of the hard things during COVID when there was no crowd and they started piping in the cheers and the boos. And I was like, you can't. Just. No. I would rather just be.
It's like watching a sitcom with a fake laugh track.
I mean, every sitcom does that, but okay.
I hate it. I hate every sitcom that has the laugh track because they laugh and I'm sitting there not laughing, or I laugh and nobody's laughing.
Yeah, no, I understand what you mean. Yeah,
and then I get like secondhand embarrassment for myself.
Sitting on your couch by yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go back to NXT though after that because that was kind of weird. But yeah, it was just kind of funny. They did a national anthem and then the Pledge of Allegiance and then.
Well, if it was funny, why don't you just play a freaking laugh track over the podcast? How about that?
I do every time you talk.
Oh yeah.
But your girl Chelsea went with the Unpretty Her.
Yeah, that's right.
To retain her title.
I missed the pin.
Next was Hank Walker and Tank Ledger versus Josh Briggs and Yoshiki Inamura. Inamura hits his big bouncy splash, which I don't know why I like so much. It's funny just seeing this big dude like trying to get extra height off the turnbuckle.
It's big and bouncy.
He landed on Ledger to win the match. Next was the Culling. That is, why can't I think of his name? What's 10's name?
10.
Oh my God, Sean Spears. That's Sean Spears. That's Sean Spears' new group's name is the Culling. Brooks Jensen, Nico Vance, and Izzy Dane versus the D'Angelo family, Channing Stacks Tatum, Luca Cristofino, and Adriana Rizzo. The D'Angelo family was winning, and then they showed, so Tony D'Angelo stayed in the back because he's like, hey, you don't need me out there, I got to rest up still, whatever. The D'Angelo family was winning, and then you see the 4 masked men that have been around attack D'Angelo in the back, which is what distracted the D'Angelo family from losing. Nico Vance hit the Argentinian DDT on the Luca Cristofino to win the match. Afterwards is when the 4 masked men came out. They were outside and they were cutting a promo. They finally said their name. I have it down in the news, because I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. I don't know. When I say the name, you're gonna be like, I don't know if it really makes sense, but we'll see. What are you doing?
What?
Why are you just like? I mean, that's fine. Whatever. Next was JC Jane.
Why am I looking at you when you're talking?
Yeah, but you're just. Whatever.
Wait. What do you want me to do?
Nothing. I don't want you to do anything. Next was JC Jane versus Carmen Petrovic. Ashanti, that's what his name. Ashanti the Adonis threw a chair in for Carmen Petrovic to use. She didn't want to, so JC Jane wins with the rolling elbow. This is another show that has there's like 2 roll-ups this week. There was none on Raw. That's crazy.
Sorry, you talking to me?
So the main event of the match was Eddie Thorpe versus Trick Williams in an NXT Underground match. Trick wins with a referee stoppage, getting mounted punches. After the match, Trick calls out Oba. So him and Oba are fighting in the ring, and then you hear the new group's music, and they show up in the crowd. And then that's when Javon Evan comes into the ring, because Javon went to Trick earlier in the night and was like, hey, these 4 guys are coming in, you know, we got to team up, whatever. And Trick's like, yo, don't worry, like, I'm going for the title, I don't care about them. So they show up. Javon Evans is in the ring trying to get Obafemi and Trick to, like, go with him against them. They both push him out of the way. Oba and Trick get into it. Javon Evans comes out of nowhere, I think jumping off of somebody to hit Oba with a stunner. So it's Trick Williams and Javon Evans staring at each other with the 4 guys out in the crowd still. There's a theory going around that Trick is the head of this new stable, because they never attacked him and they never interfere when he's in the match, which is kind of interesting.
That is kind of interesting.
And because I'm watching last night and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like Oba and Trick are fighting. They're gonna come in and attack the 4 of them, but they're just still standing out in the crowd, not doing anything. And then even after the match, when Trick and Javon are staring at each other, the 4 of them are out in the crowd just looking, and I'm like, what's going on? Why are they attacking? And then when I went online and a lot of people are theorizing that Trick is the leader, I'm like, I could kind of see it, because Trick's going towards this like heel run. He's been on it for a little bit now, but it was a cool way to end the show. Just them standing in the ring and Oba's laid out from Javon Evans out of all people, which is there could be another triple threat for Mania weekend, Stand and Deliver weekend.
I'd be okay with that.
I'd be okay with that. But that ends the week in review. So if you want to head outside of the ropes,
I'm not gonna say anything, because every time I say something,
I want a divorce. That's what, you know what, I want a divorce.
I try to use a reference, and you're like, well.
I didn't say nothing. I agreed with you.
You know what? How about this? Baseball slide outside of the ropes. How about that one? Haven't used that one yet, have I?
What do you have? What do you have in the news? What do you have for outside the ropes?
What do I
don't know if I can
news?
do this anymore.
I don't either. Well, WWE did announce that they're doing a roast of WrestleMania featuring Tony Hinchcliffe on Sunday, April 20th.
I don't know how that's. I don't understand. Like, I know what roasts are.
Did you ever watch any of Kill Tony podcast?
No.
Like, videos?
Is that who? I've never even heard of this guy before.
Oh yeah, he's hilarious.
No, I don't. Like, I know what roasts are. I've seen a bunch of roasts. I remember being a kid before cartoons would come on. They'd have the things for the roast of Dean Martin, like celebrity roasts.
Yeah.
But like, are you gonna roast like previous Manias?
He's probably gonna just roast all the wrestlers.
Maybe, I don't know.
Which would be hilarious.
Maybe I'll have to watch it.
He's probably gonna have to tone his content down, because go back to Netflix and watch the roast of Tom Brady.
Oh, he's on that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Oh, dude, it's hilarious. It's so funny.
I've seen clips of that.
But yeah, no, I thought that was gonna be interesting. It's another fun like integration of like entertainment, Hollywood, and WWE, which works, because they're not really directly, you know what I mean? He's not going to fight someone, but we're still getting some.
So speaking of the Hall of Fame,
okay.
WrestleMania weekend Hall of Fame, WWE announced the Hall of Fame icon ticket for its either row 2 or row 3 seating. You get Hall of Fame stage access with a podium photo op. I'm not worried about that. You get a private meet and greet photo op with Hunter and Lex Luger.
Lex Luthor.
Obviously, I'm guessing at separate times. I don't know why they'd be at the same time.
Wow. If only I was the only one that made mistakes.
You get a premium gift, which is probably like the WWE I Was There t-shirt.
Hope Superman comes.
Dedicated priority pass entrance. This is like the kind of cool part. You get a professional on-location, on-site support staff. So like if you want a drink or if you need something, they'll go get it for you.
That's cool. The price probably
you know what's not cool? It starts at $8,500 a person.
Cool.
For that much, I better be able to make a match at SmackDown.
For that much, I better be on TV.
That's insane. I mean, you'll be at the Hall of Fame. You'll be on TV,
I need to get like an RKO
80,
or something.
and that's not including like the hotel, the flight. That's insane.
No.
$8,500 is crazy.
I would never do that.
What do you have next?
What do I have next? Actually, we were talking about being in the crowds over the European crowds and everything, right? And I read something that not on actual TV, but in all the live events that they've been doing, they've been booking Ludwig Kaiser as a face.
Really?
Yeah. Well, because I mean, he's in his home. Everybody's gonna cheer him anyways.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
So he's been coming out, acting like a face, wrestling as a face, going against heels and everything. But I just thought that was interesting.
That's kind of interesting.
That thinking about the Axiom, they're giving him the shot. They're giving him a chance to get
they're
cheered
seeing
and
what's
stuff.
What's gonna happen if he comes up? Maybe, yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, because they didn't want him to come out and just, we're in Germany and I hate Germans.
I hate my hometown. Well,
yeah.
No, actually, a lot of wrestlers come out and do that. That is kind of cool.
You're right, but how often does he get to go there? And how often does a wrestler go to Pittsburgh?
Right.
Kurt Angle could say he hates people in Pittsburgh because he'll be there 40 times.
Right. He'll be there every other week.
But no, I thought that was very interesting.
That is cool.
What about you?
So something that I did bring it up in the rewind. Mike Bailey's officially All Elite. They even put up the little graphic. Mike Bailey's # All Elite. That's kind of cool. I'm glad they actually brought him over and he's signed somewhere. He was pretty good in TNA. I think I can see a lot of stuff there, but I'm glad more people will be able to see him now.
Speaking of signing, WWE. Wow, I can't talk today, dude. WWE reportedly has interest in New Japan wrestler Jeff Cobb.
So he was, from what I saw, I saw that and I was like, that's really cool because he was on AEW a couple of times. Apparently, he was Mil Muertes back in Lucha Underground.
Really?
Yeah.
I
didn't know that because as soon as I heard that, a lot of people were like, they're trying to get everybody from Lucha Underground. And then they showed the thing and I'm like, I don't know what they're talking about. And somebody said he was Mil Muertes. I'm pretty sure was the name.
Well, they already have the top luchador, Karrion Kross.
They've got a lot of people from Lucha.
They really do, actually. Really do.
So AEW has officially changed the tag team name that they just made a week ago. AEW has officially changed the team name of Hologram and Commander from Los Lucha Stars, which they haven't even used yet, but they changed it to Los Titans de Aire, Titans of the Air. That's kind of a cool name.
That's really cool, yeah. But I would never try to say that.
No, Titans is literally Titanes. I'm like Titanes, but Justin Roberts does really good with the Spanish names.
Yeah, I'm not.
So, I just thought it was weird that literally they didn't even come out as Lucha Stars yet, and they already changed it to another one. But Titans of the Air is cool. I like that name.
I do like
That's
that
a cool
name.
name.
I do. Well, earlier I said a little sneak peek into the news about returning wrestlers. JD McDonough actually is cleared to return by the end of the month, so he should be coming back.
He said that on Valet, didn't he?
Yeah.
On
Valet he said that he doesn't know. He said he feels like he's good now, but he'll leave it up to them. But it's official that he is cleared. But by the end of the month, they said he can come back.
Right, because you can't. They have to figure out a way to get him back into the story at least.
And also, Tyler Bate is ready to go, and when he returns, he's returning to Raw.
The big strong boy.
Yeah, the big.
I liked him when he was in NXT.
Yeah, I like him. What was it, Mustache Mountain?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't think of the other guy's
Trent
name.
Seven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder what they're gonna do, because when he got injured when he was teaming with Dunn.
Yeah, it was.
I wonder what's gonna happen.
New Catch Republic.
New Catch Republic. Yeah. I can't see them coming back as New Catch Republic.
You know what? I think Raw is lacking some tag teams. I think maybe they should. I like them. I thought they fit really.
I thought they fit really good too, but I feel like Dunn is trying to do this heel run again.
But they could be heels.
I can't see Pete Dunne as I can't see Tyler Bate as a heel.
I don't know. Tyler Bate's 21 years old.
He's young.
He's mad young. I keep forgetting how young he is.
He's real young.
I don't know about 21. I think he's probably 24 or something, but still
that's crazy young. So I noticed that I think a company is realizing they have a lot of titles because the AEW is in talks to combine the international and the continental titles together, which is probably a good idea because on their site they have their titles and the Ring of Honor titles. And even Like, they have trios titles, and they have the Ring of Honor trios titles.
Well, you're a big AEW fan, but you even got to admit that they kind of went crazy with titles.
They have
for a minute
too many titles.
I think WWE didn't have enough at one point.
Right.
Like, especially for the women. I'm glad we got women.
I'm glad we have mid-card titles, because we've been saying that for... The one thing I want to see, and I think AAA has it. It's either AAA or CMLL. Somebody has it. I want mixed tag titles. The only reason
like the storyline in my rise in WWE.
The only reason it's one of the two, because they were defending on AEW for a little bit, and it's either like CMLL or it's AAA, but it's one of those like Mexican promotions, I'm pretty sure. But I think a mixed tag title would be really cool.
I think it would be. And when we look at a company's titles, let's stop combining men and women titles.
What do you mean?
Because like I read like how people say that AEW has too many titles, and now they say WWE has too many because they just had the 2 women's titles.
What else are you gonna call them though?
But like no, I'm saying that you have to separate it.
Oh, okay.
Because there wasn't enough titles for the women, and they added
like
more.
a couple weeks ago when I said there's now like 54 some titles.
Yeah,
it should have been like the men have this many titles, the women have this many.
Yes, because you can't say, oh, let's take away WWE titles. We just gave the women more. You can't. What are we going to take away from? They're kind of even on both sides now, really.
I do like that they got rid of the women's NXT tag titles, but I don't like that the main tag titles aren't defended that much on NXT, because they said it was going to be.
Well, it's all 3 brands.
Right, but they said we're going to get rid of these, and the main tag titles are going to be defended on NXT.
Because let's be honest, the women's roster is smaller,
right,
and there's less tag teams than the men's. But I mean. So I'm okay with them just having one for all the shows, but I love how there's the IC and the US title for women now too.
So I noticed last week, and I actually showed you this. TNA Plus is like their streaming service. They have new plans that some have changed, and the it's not a new one, but I guess the high one is very tempting that I might actually do. So they have a $10 a month monthly, which includes TNA Plus. It says special events and Impact. It doesn't say pay-per-views, so I'm guessing on that one you still have to pay for pay-per-views, which is kind of shitty, kind of like what AEW is doing with Max.
Not a fan of that. If I'm paying for the program, I want to get the stuff.
They have a new seasonal pass, which is $50 for 3 months, and it includes the next pay-per-view. I did notice this morning, and I'm guessing they're saying this because Sacrifice just happened. That's only that's not all year round. That's only open for a certain amount of time. So I'm guessing maybe closer to their next pay-per-view is when they'll bring that one back, and then you get it for those maybe the month before that pay-per-view, the month of, and maybe the month after, and then it's done. Like you can only get it for one pay-per-view, which makes sense, I guess.
What do you feel though? Like I feel like that's a ripoff, having to pay for an app and then having to pay for.
Well, that's why this one you get the pay-per-view though. The 3 months for $50, you get the pay-per-view.
It's just like it's like ordering a pizza and then bringing all your toppings and cheese and handing it to you and saying,
"Here you go."
You got to pay separately for the crust. You know what I'm saying?
I do like the annual pass. It used to be $220, which is a lot. It's down to $160, and you get everything. You get all pay-per-views, you get all shows, you get all backstage stuff. You get the I don't know what I can think it's called. All the previous stuff, like the history. I don't know the word that I want.
The vault. Yeah,
you get like the vault and all that. For $220 was a lot. That sounds like $160 is not bad though. And if you con somebody else in with you, it's $80 a person, and you get to watch TNA.
Who else is here? Anybody?
I just thought it was. I mean, $160 is not bad honestly, but $10 a month and you have to pay for the pay-per-view. I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Well, since we're kind of in the middle towards the end of the Outside the Ropes news. Mm-hmm. I don't want to end on a bad note, but there was a tragedy that happened.
We won't end on
the wrestling world.
Which leading on to that one, we'll talk about the other little.
Yes, exactly. So we can kind of end on a good note. But independent wrestler Vince Steele went by the gimmick of the Jurassic Juggernaut. Tragically passed away at the age of 39 years old. So shout out to his family and friends and everything about that. That's a horrible thing. He worked for many different promotions, all indie type promotions, but still part of the wrestling world, still part of everything.
Still part of our world.
We at D&D Talk Wrestling are, prayers for your loss and everything. So
to go on, with that, March 14th, which was last Thursday, I believe, was 3 years since Scott Hall left us. I remember that day, and it was to hear what happened and to think that, like, my original bad guy isn't here anymore. I was like, oh man, like, I didn't know how to feel. I remember watching Kevin Nash on his podcast talk about it, and I was just like, oh, like, the way he was affected, I've never seen him so, like, out of it before. Because he was always like, it's always been money, it's always been this, it's always been that. And the only other time I've seen him like that is when he talked about his son, who was younger than us, passing away.
Yeah.
Also, March 13th, the day prior, was 14 years since Tess passed away. I loved Tess in the ring. I love Tess when he was with Stacey Keebler.
I like Tess.
And she was like, your fans are going to be the testicles. And he's like, no, we're not doing that. To continue on, this is the last one. Mr. Brody Lee, John Huber, debuted in AEW 5 years ago yesterday, and it was supposed to be in his hometown of Rochester, but COVID changed it to where it had to be in Jacksonville, outside the Jaguar Stadium. But that whole him coming in, being the exalted one for the Dark Order, the previews before that, because they were previewing that when he was still under his WWE contract, and he's just like Bray Wyatt, man. The way him and Bray left was crazy.
Terrible. Way too soon.
Way too soon. Hopefully that is all the... Yeah, I mean, the other one's not a passing, but that should all be the lower note ones for now.
But still stuff that we wanted to make sure that we
we definitely want to talk about.
Very important to basically what everybody is watching, our love of wrestling. So, got to shout out everybody at every
little thing like that.
Every level, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, I mean, how do you move on from that? I'm not even exactly sure. Well, we're going to talk about last thing of sorts, Homicide.
I have a couple more things, but yeah, the Homicide thing is a little.
I meant last, as in like.
Oh, I got you.
His last match will be March 20th. He's going to team up with Bull James and face Alpha Jr. and Mike Santana. The event is billed as end of an era. So,
it's his hometown of Brooklyn.
Yeah. Homicide, former Ring of Honor World Champion, TNA X Division Champion, GCW World Champ. That's
Homicide and Hernandez were like the team in TNA.
Yeah, absolutely. Hell of a career.
Yeah.
So
they tried doing some things with him in AEW, but I don't know. His even his Ring of Honor stuff, but his TNA, him and LAX, him and Super Max.
LAX was
my
amazing.
God, yeah, that was amazing.
So it's a sad day in one respect, but
he's retiring on his own.
Yeah, he had a hell of a career. He's
Yeah,
retiring on his own terms.
He had a long career.
Which is all you can ask for, really, to retire on your own terms and not because of something.
Right. So, as I previously stated in the NXT recap, the 4 men that I can't even remember the one guy's name that we make fun of, but their stable name is the Dark State.
Dark State?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, that's a weird...
Maybe it'll grow.
Maybe it'll grow. We got to see what they do, because they really still... I mean, all they've done is attacked from the crowd, but maybe we'll see what happens. They cut some kind of promo where they said, like, what? The Dark State, and they did, like, some kind of motto after it. I can't remember what it was, because it was the one guy that when they first showed up, he put his mask all the way above his face. Anytime he's on... That's all I can remember is him just putting his mask all the way up. But Dark State, we'll see what happens. It's an alright name. There's been worse. There's been better. What?
What?
I don't know. I thought you were gonna... The way you were looking at me, I thought you were waiting for me to say something.
I can't even look at you this episode. I don't even understand.
I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what's wrong with either one of us.
I'm gonna put a big wall up right here.
I don't know what's wrong with either one of us today.
Right
what else? Do you have anything else for the news?
I touched on the video packages that were being shown.
Yeah.
The wrestler that's perched on the top rope, everybody...
That looks just like Ray Phoenix.
Just like Ray Phoenix.
Just like Ray Phoenix.
And then I think we touched on it a little bit earlier in our insane rant of the number 4.
Which I don't...
But reportedly that is vignettes for Aleister Black or Malachi Black, whatever he's going to return as.
Probably Aleister Black.
I don't know. Hunter likes letting people keep their names, so you never know.
Right. He's letting even when they have like a trademark name, when they go, he's giving it to them.
Yeah.
Which
So
I like that now. Yeah.
So I'm interested when he comes back. I mean, Ray Phoenix is phenomenal, and I would love to see him and Penta back together. But
gonna be crazy.
Aleister Black, when he was with WWE, was literally one of my favorite wrestlers.
I loved his entrance. When he
loved his music, his entrance, his look. I mean, I even liked him like before he got signed. Tommy End.
Tommy End, yeah. A lot of people thought that's what he was going to be in AEW. So something that I saw this morning that I can't find anything else that I talked to you really quick about. Alexa Bliss is pulled from the WWE World Meet and Greet this week. Well, not this week, but during Mania week. There's no reason as to why. Fanatics is the one that came out and said it. Fanatics is the one that runs the WWE World. There's no reason why. I didn't see any reason why. The only thing, somebody, I guess a random person asked, and they tweeted back saying she is no longer going to be there. DM us for any more questions. We haven't seen her since the Chamber.
It's a work.
Maybe she's hurt. Maybe she got hurt somehow in the Chamber.
Maybe the Wyatt Six got her. You never know. It's sad when I just think everything's a work anymore.
It really is. I don't know. I have two more things. I don't know how many more things you have.
I just have one more thing.
All right.
Rumored Survivor Series 2025 location is going to be San Diego, California.
619.
Yeah, and actually saw an interesting fact, and I don't remember the other cities that it's been in, but this is one of the first times in years that it's Survivor Series is going to be in a warm location.
That's weird. I did see they announced Backlash for St. Louis. And
really?
the picture, so like the logo says Backlash St. Louis. The two wrestlers is Orton and Cena.
Well,
Obviously Orton because he's from there.
Yeah.
Cena maybe because it's the pay-per-view after Mania.
Maybe.
I don't know. It was just kind of weird that it was those two.
You gotta be Orton though.
It has to be Orton. I mean, but a lot of people were also. It was rumored that it was supposed to be back in Spain again, and I guess a lot of people are upset that it's not, which I can understand.
Yeah. I get that. What else you got? What do you got to round this out?
Oh, you're gonna like this one.
Why?
Last Thursday was 14 years since the phenomenal Sting Jeff Hardy match that happened in Victory Road 2011, where Jeff Hardy came to the match inebriated, and Eric Bischoff was like, "This match is gonna end, and you're done. You're out of here." Sting gave him a Scorpion Death Drop.
Yeah, when Bischoff come down in the middle of the match.
No, it wasn't. It was the beginning of the match.
Or
It was like as the announcer was like saying their names. That was horrible. That had to be one of the worst matches in the last 15 to 20 years.
I want to say worst matches. I want to say most embarrassing moments for the company.
Can you? I couldn't even imagine being Sting in that.
Let's
match.
take away like the steroid scandal, the Chris Benoit thing, the Owen Hart thing. Tragically, let's take away those and just look in ring competition in general. That was probably the most embarrassing, over the Shockmaster, the most embarrassing wrestling moment.
This has to be the most embarrassing thing for TNA.
Oh no, I would say most companies. What are you kidding me? Like, okay, Shockmaster was just
Finger poke of doom,
frumpy, just bad booking. He showed up annihilated. That's why that's the most embarrassing, in my opinion.
Stupid title that he had. The title looked like him.
Oh yeah,
that was the ugliest title.
Everything else, the Finger Poke of Doom, terrible booking. Like I said, the Gobbledygooker. I don't know, not sure why, but come on, man. Like that was. As soon as I saw that, I was like, this needs to be talked about. Entirely preventable.
I remember. That's when I was in like my TNA bag of like I was watching TNA every week, like seeing what was going on
against the icon.
Right, against it. Right. I'm not even that big of a Sting fan, but like, imagine being him in this match. Of you're like, whatever. Like literally, as I'm walking down, we're changing the match because this idiot.
Can you imagine if this was old school Attitude Era WWE?
God, he would have got his ass kicked in the back.
He would have got the shit kicked out of him by somebody back
there. Actually, no, he would have got the shit kicked out of him in the match.
Probably by Bob Holly.
Probably by Bob Holly. I heard some stories about him.
Speaking of, I don't want to go on a tangent, but...
Well, I mean, why not? That's what we're just going to change the name of the podcast to.
I saw a clip from one of the Royal Rumbles. I forget what it was. It was with Daniel Puder, I think.
I know what you're talking about.
When he came into the Rumble.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Chris Benoit and Eddie Guerrero were in the ring. He comes in, and then you just start beating on him. And then the next guy that came out,
the UFC guy, maybe.
Yeah, the one that
He tried out for Tough Enough.
Yeah, he tried to break Kurt Angle's arm.
Yeah.
And then the next guy out was Bob Holly, and he's just smiling on the way down. So that all three of them just beat on this guy,
shit out of him.
And then Holly gets eliminated like that. But the whole point of that spot was to teach him a lesson.
To teach him a lesson. 100%.
And that kind of goes into what we were just saying, like. Jeff would have got his ass beat by
Right.
somebody.
If that was in WWE 10, 20 years before that, no.
I don't think at that time. I don't think WWE or TNA's backstage was the same as
probably not.
it used to be back in the days. Yeah.
Was that 14 years ago? So 2011? Not really. Probably
no,
not.
it wasn't.
No.
Like they were the locker rooms that made you like kicked out of the locker room, and that's it. They weren't.
So the last piece of news that I have, this is kind of not out there, but out there. Matt Cardona and Chelsea Green were invited to go to the Epic Universe opening. Epic Universe is Universal Studios' new theme park.
Yeah, I know.
He loved it. He ranked the 8 rides he rode. He ranked them 1 to 8. So I have to talk about it. He ranked number 1, Monsters Unchained, the Frankenstein Experiment, which everything that I've seen, people are like, this
looks absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Number 2 is the Minecart Madness, the Donkey Kong ride, which that looks cool because you even jump like you do in the games, like you jump the tracks like you did in the games. 3 is Stardust Racers, which is it's the dueling roller coaster, but I saw pictures and your hands get like this close to one another as one's coming this way, one's coming that way.
That's a podcast video. We need a hot tag on the.
Oh my god! Yeah, that's the challenge. Try to hot tag.
And we both come in missing a limb.
Hiccup's Wing Gliders. It's How to Train Your Dragons movies. I want to say that's like a Dumbo-ish, like wheel and spoke type ride, just up and down in a circle. I think I could be wrong. His number 5 is Curse of the Werewolf, which a lot of people are saying the werewolf animatronic looks like an actual person doing it. Number 6 is Dragon's Racer Rally, another How to Train Your Dragon. I think that's like a kid roller coaster, I believe. Number 7, Yoshi's Adventure. It's understandable because it's literally just a kid ride where you sit in Yoshi and you see the eggs and you just hit what color egg you see. I understand. This is where I can't believe. He ranked number 8, the worst ride he did, Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge. You sit in the Mario Kart, you put VR glasses on, you're doing everything you would in a Mario Kart game, and he ranked that number 8. I can't believe that. I was a little shocked when I saw that. Because I'm guessing he ranked, obviously 1 is like the top one, 8 is the bottom one. He ranked that under like the kid ride.
I don't know, maybe like he's just the type of person that doesn't want to do VR.
Maybe. Because
at an amusement park.
It could be because it's one of those ones where like, I think you wear 3D glasses, but then there's also like, you put on like a Mario looking hat and it brings glasses in front. That's how you turn by like looking on how you want to turn. Like that's what I hear. So maybe he got a little like discombobulated from that.
I don't know, man. Everything that I've heard, every video that I watched, that Monsters one though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a Universal guy. I want to go to this for the Mario Kart and the How to Train Your Dragon stuff.
I want to go because
the monster stuff looks amazing.
I want to go back to Harry Potter World.
And the new Harry Potter. He doesn't even have any. Well, I don't know. Maybe that part wasn't open.
No, it's already open. I just want to go there.
No, but I'm saying maybe he wasn't able to get on any of those rides. Oh, you mean the old Harry Potter stuff though?
Oh yeah,
because the new Harry Potter stuff.
Don't be a muggle.
I've never. The one time I went to Universal is right when Jaws closed and they were adding on to Harry Potter. Me and my friend literally did the whole park but the Harry Potter ride because that was like a 120-minute wait or something. We did the whole rest of the park though. I would go to the Harry Potter stuff though.
Oh god, dude. Next time I go, I'm getting a wand. I'll wear the freaking the cloak and everything. I don't even care. That's it.
A wand would be cool. The stuff you can do with the wands, they seem kind of cool.
I want you to literally get a knife and cut a scar right here.
That's fine.
I'm going.
I'll do it.
Full cosplay.
I'll do it on here. That's fine.
Full cosplay.
That's all I have for the news.
That's all I have for the news.
Do you have anything for a promo?
Honestly,
furniture, rearranging a house.
Everybody knows that sucks. I'm telling people something they already know.
I don't have anything crazy either.
I know.
All I have is, which kind of bounces off one you had a while ago, kind of, sort of, but the promo on like the word perception. I absolutely hate that word more than anything. I hate that word more than I hate. This is gonna sound random too. I hate that word more than I hate hearing our supervisor or any other female saying my full name as a middle name. Because when I hear that, I start running like I'm in trouble. But the word perception to me is just stop thinking of what I'm doing. Stop looking at me like you're not doing anything. Come over and ask what's going on. Don't go to another person either asking what's going on because they don't know. Come to me and ask me, hey, what's going on? Why are we doing this? Why are you standing like this? What is going on that nothing is happening? it just, I mean, how many times have we blown up at work because of stuff like that?
I agree 100%.
It's not even a crazy promo. That was it. Nothing really happened where I needed to cut a promo on anything.
I've been too busy with all
the house stuff.
the bullshit house stuff that I really couldn't get mad about anything.
Right.
Oh! Wait a minute, I got something.
I got something too.
Hold on a second.
Okay. Because I just thought of one. Because it actually went into the next day.
Manufacturing companies that box and ship furniture. Whose fucking idea
Oh boy.
was it to have an Allen key used for everything?
Okay. All right.
I can't stand them. They hurt my fingers.
The shape of them is stupid.
The shape sucks, especially when you put two pieces so close. I can't use the leverage on this one, and I know there's gonna be some smart ass that says, "Well, you could use a wrench.
do this and do that."
You could do this. You could do. How about this? How about we just make all the goddamn screws? How about we just make everything else just universal to a screwdriver? Something that literally every single person in the world has. No, we gotta have Allen key. We gotta have Allen. Al, listen, Al, you suck at your job of tightening things. That's all I'm gonna say. You know how many times?
Oh man, you are going on.
I put this bunk bed together. You know how many times that this damn thing just fell out of my hand?
And then it goes flying somewhere. You can't find it.
Then it goes flying. Guess what? Into the carpet. Now I gotta turn into your boy Superman, like X-ray freaking vision, try to find the damn Allen key on the ground. No, just screws. Phillips, flathead.
Don't even have that. You don't even need both of those either. Just fill off Phillips screws.
Either way, it don't matter. I'm okay with either, because I got both.
Right, but why do we need both?
I don't know why we need it, but let's the hell with this Allen key shit. Like we don't. And you're stupid. Why is one end longer and then the little thing, and then I can't get my freaking grip around it, and I scratch the wood. You think a 5-year-old's gonna notice that?
No.
Because guess what? No. Guess what?
Know what? She would. Yeah.
She noticed.
She would. Yeah.
She noticed fully.
The boys wouldn't care, but she would.
That's it.
I don't know why I just thought of this one, and it did give us a couple good pops, but that wind on Sunday can go kiss my ass. My eyes were hurting into Monday from the dust they were blowing everywhere. Granted, yes, you got us out of work early. You got a good couple pops out of us. But that wind was so strong, we had to anchor onto our boy Dozer, who, yes, we're going to start using that. We had to anchor onto him just to get back into the building. And then my eyes were hurting into Monday. I kept rubbing my eyes on Monday, not realizing why, and then I went from that stupid wind blowing.
Not to mention I got hit in the ear with a rock.
Yes, you got hit in the ear with a rock. Couldn't light your cigarette, had to go in between cars.
My hat went flying.
Your hat went flying. His hat went flying.
I had to chase it.
He didn't chase it. Some other dude got it for him. But he picked up a beef jerky afterwards.
He did chase the beef jerky, though. That's what he did chase.
This is supposed to be promos. I don't know what the hell that was. But we've gone for a long time today.
Yeah, that's probably the first time he's ever made that comment.
And I'm not gonna lie, I've been holding back a piss for about a half hour now. So we're gonna cut this. What's that face for?
I don't want to know about your leaking needs.
We're gonna cut this episode. We're gonna thank you all for joining in today. If you are, this is what I thought of before, because we've been trying to get some subs. Yeah. If you're watching from work and you're not subbed,
let's make it short. Let's make it longer now.
I know. If you're watching from work and you're not subbed, but you're sick of us at work, sub. Make us popular. Get a sub. That'll get us out of work. That'll get us out of there. That'll get us out of your hair and bothering you. It might bother some people. Somebody might get offended.
You want us away from you?
But you want us away from you? Send it to other people. Let them sub. This way we can become famous, and then we won't have to be there.
Make us successful, so you don't have to see.
Yeah, make us successful. You don't have to deal with this anymore.
That's the most idiotic, backhanded statement I've ever heard in my life.
And I know there's gonna be a person that's not happy with it, but she'll get over it. She'll be fine. Yeah, that's it for this week. That was all the over the news. That was the random promos.
Over the news.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Easy, Judy Garland singing over the rainbow over here. What the hell are you doing?
That was all for outside the ropes. Any news, random promos that we had.
Yeah, stupid Allen keys. That's it.
I'm glad that we got some TNA stuff in there. I'm gonna try to do more like that.
Are we talking or is it over?
I don't know. We always say it's over and then we keep talking.
Thank you guys for watching.
As always.
Make sure to tune in next week for the weekly rewind. See you then.
Later, guys.